Imagine standing in front of a heavy 2-rack space metal chassis that feels like it could survive being dropped down a flight of concrete stairs, and you get a pretty good idea of how this beast is built. Honestly, Hartke didn't mess around with the physical construction here. The steel faceplate and solid grab handles make it feel like serious business before you even flip the power switch. Now here is the thing about this amplifier. It relies on a classic 12-ax 7 high-voltage class, a tube preamp paired up with a solid-state output section, which basically means you get that rich, organic warmth right at the front end, without sacrificing punchy reliability when you really start digging into the strings. What stands out, though, is how effortlessly it pushes massive amounts of power, depending on how your rig is wired up. Dual parallel mode gives you flexibility with 225 watts at 8 ohms all the way up to a staggering 545 watts at 2 ohms per side. Or you can bridge it down for a single earth-shaking hit of 1100 watts at 4 ohms. So yeah, headroom is never going to be an issue unless you are playing outdoor stadiums without a PA. Sculpting your sound happens right on the front panel with straightforward bass and treble shelving pots alongside a mid-peak control. Though the real secret weapon is that selectable bright switch, which adds a sharp high-frequency cut-through if your tone starts getting buried in a dense mix. There is also a built-in limiter with a handy LED indicator to keep peaks under control when the slap bass starts getting a bit too aggressive. Connectivity is pretty straightforward with front panel XLR direct output, a rear panel effects loop, and sturdy 1/4-inch plus speaker output connectors. The balance control lets users blend the level of the A and B outputs smoothly, though it does take a minute to dial in just right if you are trying to balance dual cabinet setups on the fly. It feels right at home paired with aluminum cone cabs, but honestly, it plays nicely with pretty much any speaker cabinet you throw at it. It is heavy, sure. Lifting it into a rack case will remind you that lightweight Class D amps exist, but the sheer physical mass pays off in low-end authority. At the end of the day, if you want massive stage volume, old-school tube warmth, and a brick-built chassis that refuses to quit, this is one of those workhorses that just gets the job done without any fuss.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.